First, I want to welcome everybody, so we thank you for being here today. The announcement yesterday, it's a great day for our football program, for our university, for our community, and Orange fans across the country and across the globe. I want to thank Chancellor Severud, our Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Steve Barnes, incoming Chair-elect Kathy Walters, and Chair of the Athletics Committee, Jimmy Kuhn, for their support throughout this process. Yesterday really represents a commitment and a partnership between Coach Babers and the university, a commitment to Coach Babers that the university will put the resources necessary to be successful in football, and a commitment on Coach Babers' part to the university to continue to build a program that we can all be proud of. I want to thank Coach. As I've said many times since I've been here, I enjoy working with him. We have a terrific working relationship. I also want to thank his family. He's the father of four great daughters, and I want to thank Susan Babers. Susan is a terrific person, and I look forward to building on the success that we've experienced in the 2018 season. We're not done. This is not check the box, okay, we're done next. This is another step forward, and I've said repeatedly, in building a foundation that can have sustained success year after year after year. That's what our goal is. So with that, I'm happy to take any questions.
John, when we spoke on Monday, you hinted there were no conversations going on. I then heard that maybe the deal was done Saturday. Take me through the process, how long it took, how difficult it was, and if there was ever a chance this wasn't going to happen.
Well, I will, Mark, and first of all of you and your colleagues, you asked the right questions, and you asked good questions. On Monday, and Muhammad Ali is one of my favorite people of all time, and I had to do a little rope-a-dope with you. So I had to go back to Rumble and the Jumble and rope-a-dope a little bit. But the process really began back in early November. I went to Chancellor Severud and broached the idea with him, and then with the key board members that I mentioned earlier, and they were very supportive. And I told Coach that I was going to do that, and he was very enthused, and he said it'd be great. And I said I want you here long term, and he agreed with that. And from there, moved to engage in conversations with his agent. And we did get it, we reached verbal agreement Saturday, and probably ironically and fittingly, about 10 minutes before tip in the Dome. And I was kind of back behind stadium control near the stairwell, talking to, had a quick conversation with Dino's agent, and that's where we reached verbal agreement, and then moved quickly over the weekend to get everything signed.
John, what were kind of the key things that Dino wanted to be assured of that kind of would be in place moving forward to make sure the program's as competitive?
Chris, I think a lot of it's been done in the past 27 months that I've been here, in terms of investing more in resources in the football area, and more in terms of recruiting, more in terms of support personnel. Facilities, what we've done with our practice field outdoors, obviously the investment that was approved at the May board meeting for the Dome for $118 million there. So I think it was a cumulative effect of all that, and it was just a matter of really finalizing the appropriate details. But yeah, again, I think we built the foundation. It's not done, but we're building it. In yesterday's announcement was just another step in that direction.
How about the flip side of that, John? What was the university looking for in return from Dino Babers and having that contract? I know you can't get into specifics, but any safeguards in there, whether it's a buyout or so on and so forth, to make sure that a year or two from now somebody doesn't swoop in and try to take them away?
Steve, I think it's a commitment on both parties, in a sense. A commitment to the university to Coach, and a commitment to Coach to the university. And throughout this process, we did our homework, and I really began doing the homework, back in late August, in anticipation if we had a breakthrough season like we did. All right, I would want to move to retain Coach Babers. So, we studied the market extensively.
When he was
first hired, John, Sports Illustrated reported it was a 6-year deal. That would leave 3 years left after this year. You call it a long-term extension. Am I inaccurate in saying this has got to be at least 4 or 5 more years that he's under contract for?
No, Mark, it's long-term and it's great. And it's, part of the message is for our 2019 recruits, right, our 2020, 2021, et cetera, that if they come here to Syracuse University, they're going to play for Coach Babers, they're going to get a great education. So that's why we phrased it. It is what it is, a long-term extension.
So they're going to play all 4 years under Coach Babers?
Well, that's certainly the plan, right?
In July, when you announced Q's extension, you guys did include a date, 2024.
Yep.
What makes this situation different in your mind, or you prefer not to?
Chris, I think every negotiation, every contract is different, and that's that's really the driving force behind that. And in this case, we just wanted it's long term, and I think that sends the right message again to our fan base, to our community, and to our potential recruits or kids that we're recruiting now is we're going to have stability here.
John mentioned obviously the November board meeting is really getting the wheels moving on this, but when did you specifically sort of think, I want to keep Dino around? Was that something that you needed to see something this season, or was it sort of heading into this year was on your mind?
Well, I think it's a good question, Andrew. I mean, I saw the progress that we made in the first 2 years he was here, and it may not have been reflected in the one-loss record, right? But you saw the growth in the program, and you saw it last year while we were 4-8, close losses, right, at LSU, at Miami, at Florida State, playing a schedule which was rated the toughest in the country. So that gave me a pretty good sense of, all right, we've got the right coach, and let's be prepared at the right time to extend him. The other is when you look at Coach Babers, he went to Eastern Illinois, and he won. He went to Bowling Green, and he won. And now he's come to Syracuse, and he's won. So there's a body of work there, which I think is very, very compelling.
Nate?
John, over the last year or two, has Dino gotten any formal offer from another school? And if that's even too strong a term, have any overtures been made about him in the last year or two?
Nate, I honestly don't know. I know how well respected he is, across the country and in the profession. So it wouldn't surprise me. But we never. He never called me and say, hey, John, I got a call from so and so or that type of thing. The focus was always on what we needed to do here and what we needed to do to get better.
If I can just quick follow up on that.
While this obviously gives you peace of mind, this obviously won't prevent anyone from extending that overture a
Right.
year from now, 2 years from now. Have you gotten any assurance from him that at the end of next season or the year after, if success continues, that he won't sort of have this song and dance where you may have to compete with other schools and do this every year at the end of the season?
Again, I think it's a commitment, right, that we made yesterday, that we made to coach, the coach made to us. If we continue to have success, and there'll always be in the rumor mill, right? Because always around November, and it's part of getting clicks, right? It's part of the people will float things that have no substantiation whatsoever, and that's just part of the coaching profession. Doesn't matter whether it's college football, college basketball, NFL, NBA. That's just kind of a cottage industry where people will speculate without any substantiation whatsoever, and that's just a product of the era that we live in.
Nico?
So I actually had the same question as Nate. So I'm going to ask it in a little bit of a different fashion to get a different answer, I suppose. So you mentioned this, you initially had this idea in August, and it was November, as Andrew mentioned, that you had the wheels turning. Did this negotiation, I guess without getting into specifics, go as planned, or was there any external factor that maybe expedited it or put a sense of urgency in it, or did this negotiation go as planned?
No, Nico, there was no outside influence whatsoever. It was, I would describe it as a very professional process in negotiation. We did want all sides wanted to get it done and announced before the early signing period, which begins December 19th, because that will only help solidify the 2019 recruiting class, including there are kids that, that we're still recruiting who have not made commitments. And it solidifies those kids who've already committed to us. So it's important to get it done before December 19th.
I was going to see about recruiting as well, but is he out recruiting now?
Yes, the coach and the entire staff, they've been out on the road all week. And then we have another big recruiting weekend here. It'll be the third consecutive weekend. So, they're out on the road all week. They come back, we host recruits, and then, it's kind of rinse and repeat. You do it again.
So the last three coaches that were here 4 years or less. And before that, it was long-term. Coach P, obviously, Coach Mack. How important do you think it is to a football program to sustain success to have one coach?
Mark, I think for any program is if you have the right coach and you can keep continuity in your program and you can have the success that everybody covets, that just makes your program, that much more successful, and it makes that particular job that much more appealing to your current coach, or if that current coach leaves at some point, to potential coaches.
John, so I think there was a faction of the fan base this year that was maybe hesitant to buy in because they were like, well, if we start winning games, somebody's just going to take our coach away. Now that he's got this, long-term extension, you've agreed to this long-term extension, I guess what's your message to the fans about what this thing can become again at Syracuse University in regards to football?
Steve, I think we can be competitive every single year. And I think some people, to me, overcomplicate those things. To me, the first thing we need to focus on is the Atlantic Division and the ACC. If we're competitive there, which we were this year, right? Finished second to Clemson. We'll be ranked. We'll be relevant nationally. We'll get all kinds of national exposure, national television, et cetera, that type of thing. So it's one of the things I learned at ESPN in covering the NFL. NFL teams, they're maniacally focused on winning their division. Why? Because you win the division, you make the playoffs. You know what? If we're at the top or near the top of the ACC Atlantic, we'll be in great shape, and this program will be on the national map year after year.
Time for a question or two more, Chris.
John, I presume this thing probably comes with a pay raise. Does that get funded through kind of the athletic department budget moving forward, or is there donor kind of booster involvement?
Chris, this is all self-sustaining through athletics. That's how we operate here.
Morning, John.
Hello, Daniel.
I wanted to, first of all, let me say, what a feather in your cap for taking care of this now. I mean, it's extremely relevant to the success, the long-term success of this program by signing him. And so I want to say, what a great move on your part. Thank you for doing it, because I think it does solidify, although it doesn't preclude one of the big universities from trying to do a buyout, or there is no, as you said earlier. But what I wanted to ask you, John, was there anything that went into this deal, and I know you can't go into, but to solidify some of the other coaches on the staff? Was that part of the deal at all? Because keeping the coordinators and keeping the staff intact for years to come is a big part of the success of Dino's program.
No, that's part of, again, we've looked to strategically invest and increase the resources in the program in the 27 months I've been here. So that had been discussed and been addressed previously.
Continuing with the fan point, the idea that, some school could theoretically come and try to get some big blockbuster offer without, a date with Q's contract, for example. How do you reassure fans that, this really is a long-term, both sides are in it for the long haul, and there isn't necessarily a point to look at?
Again, I think it's the announcement yesterday underscores the commitment, because it's a significant commitment on the part of the university, a significant commitment by a coach to the university. I think he enjoys it here. I know that he enjoys it here. His family enjoys it here. And we have a chance to build something that's special. And when you have the opportunity to do that, no matter in what profession you are, I think that's something that's very, very appealing. And the more that we work together and the more that we smartly resource this program, the better this job becomes.
Mark, last question.
I have a lot of questions, I'm sorry. So according to USA Today, Dino was the second lowest paid coach in the ACC this season. I know you can't get into specifics, but can you give us an idea if he's in the top half, the top 5, the top 3? Now,
Mark, as I said previously, we studied the market extensively. So we did our homework.
and so what does that mean?
We did our homework, Mark.
That he's in the top half?
Mark, we did our homework.
Okay.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.